Welcome to the new episode of Get Inspired with Real Talk, brought to you by GetInspired SWFL, Southwest Florida. And in this episode, your host today is myself, Shay Penry, and we are talking about overcoming shyness. Let's roll the wheel and see what we land on. Overcoming shyness. All right, our topic is overcoming shyness. I'm going to be honest, as a kid, if you would ask my mom, she would say I was the least shy person. I remember I used to make friends really easily when I was in elementary school, and I was the class clown, and I always fit in, and I always had friends. I don't know when it changed, probably around 6th grade. One of the things that I've learned that I needed medication. I've got anxiety. At times I've suffered from depression. I think even back when I was early on in middle school, I probably had some of that stuff going on. So 6th, 7th grade, I know that was when the stories in my mind started playing. My perceptions of those around me and my feeling of belonging went out the window. Part of that was because I knew I was gay from an early age, and that was around the time when people started really dating a lot, and I didn't have any of that, and so I felt excluded, and I felt like I didn't fit in, and I couldn't tell anybody who I was at the time because I hated myself for being the way that I was, and I didn't think it was okay to be the way that I was. And so there was a lot of emotions and thoughts around that, and it really skewed my perception of what people thought of me. I felt like I was unlovable, unwanted. That was around the time too that I made a commitment to begin to change myself to try to fit the mold of what I thought I was supposed to be. And what I mean by that is I grew my hair out really long. For some reason I thought growing my hair out long was just going to solve all my problems. It didn't. I started using drugs and alcohol a lot to numb the feelings that I was having of not feeling connected, because when I drank, I felt connected. I didn't feel like I wasn't a part of it. I felt like I was the life of the party. Everybody wanted to be around me. Whether that was true or not, I don't know. But it took away a lot of the fears, the perception issues that I had, the feelings of inadequacy, the feelings of being rejected, until it got to the point where it didn't, right? That's the problem with alcohol, or really any solution that you're using that's not a healthy one. There's going to come a time when it's no longer going to work for you. And then you either have to increase what you're doing or you have to find something else to replace it with. At least that's been my experience. But I am an introvert, and a lot of people confuse introverted with shyness. All introverted means is that we get drained by social experiences. So it's not that we don't like to be social, but when I go out and I'm social for a half a day, I need to go home and recharge. I need to be alone. I need to be in my own space. I need time to just decompress. And if I don't get that, I'm no good to anybody, no good to myself. Whereas extroverted people, they're the opposite. Like they get around people, they go out and they do social things, and it charges them up. So that's the difference between extroverted and introverted. People always find it very shocking that I like to teach. I can get up in front of a room full of strangers and be completely comfortable. Then if you try to get me one-on-one with a bunch of people that I don't know, especially people that I feel like I may be judged, my peers, people around my age group or younger, I become very self-conscious. I don't talk much. My energy changes. People really don't want to properly approach me because I look unapproachable. There's a lot of fear. And so my shyness was really manifested because of the fear that I had going on in my head, not being mindful, and my anxiety. I think maybe everybody's anxiety is different. Like some people have full-blown anxiety attacks. I don't have those. It borders along the lines more of OCD. So my anxiety makes it hard for me to let go of thoughts. So I'll get stuck on a thought and I can't get it to go away. There was a day where for a half a day, I couldn't stop thinking about the fact that they didn't pick up my trash, my recycling, and I couldn't let it go. I would say, okay, there's nothing I can do about it. I can call them. Hopefully they'll come back out and pick it up. Just let it go. But no matter what I did, I couldn't let the thought go, and it continued to haunt me for like a half a day. It's like getting a song stuck in your head that you can't get out of your head. It's terrible. And anxiety meds helps me with that. But the other biggest tool is learning how to be mindful so that I don't get stuck in the stories that play in my mind. There was this meeting that I went to on Friday nights. I would get triggered every time I went, and it was because every time I went, my head was saying some kind of story. It was telling me, oh, that person didn't say hi to me. Clearly they think X, Y, and Z about me. And then as soon as I started getting into that mind shift, my energy would change and I would have this really negative aura about me, and I would be completely shut down to the point where I couldn't talk to them at that point because that would have just gone terribly bad. And then I couldn't enjoy being in that place overall. I couldn't enjoy the company of anyone around me because my entire energy had shifted and it was completely focused on what the story was going on in my mind. Maybe that's what shyness stems from. fear. Fear causes a lot of things. For whatever reason, my mind keeps talking to me about Mel Robbins, which I don't know if you guys have listened to her. The thing that she talks about is the 5-second rule. I'm not going to probably do this justice, so I apologize. In order to do anything, it includes, getting through any kind of fear, is the moment that you have the thought to do it in 5 seconds. Because after 5 seconds, your brain will kick in and it'll rationalize you out of doing that. And the example I'll give you for this is like, let's say that I'm at a meeting and I have a thought, I should go talk to that person. If I don't do that within 5 seconds, my mind's going to go, well, there's other people, they're already over there talking to her. And before I know it, I won't go over. I won't do it. If you are truly mindful, you're not capable of having fear. And if I don't have fear, then I'm not shy. Thank you for listening to this episode of Get Inspired with Real Talk. Don't forget, be sure to subscribe to this channel as well as check out our website, GetInspiredSWFL.com. Out on the website, you'll find all kinds of good things. You'll see information concerning any upcoming events, some online training courses. There's a submission form if you're interested in speaking at either one of our events or even on this podcast. Yeah, go check it out. Thanks.